At this point now, it's the Final Four. You know, we're all happy to be a part of this kind of like, you know, this special group. And, you know, everyone's got a chance still at the prize.
We were hoping to just be able to head back to the hotel and maybe grab a nap, but that's not what's going to happen here. So as soon as he said we only have an hour, then the game face gets put back on.
Clearly, we're at a crunch here. We have an hour. We all start, it's an immediate scramble. We all start to separate because, I mean, up until this point, it's been a team challenge, right? Now it's all individual.
Just kind of went off on my own, found my own little spot, and was able to just kind of, you know, get my thoughts right.
I don't even want to hear what Sid has to say. I just want to book it out of the room and get to it. I don't want to waste another second.
The Gillette Gentleman's Sweepstakes is an experience of a lifetime. I don't like that. It's too formal.
I literally was writing whatever came into my head, and at the end of it, you know what? I actually had something that kind of made sense. It didn't even take me the full hour, which is good, because then I got to spend some time trying to think of some questions that they might ask.
After I finished off my script, I read it, and I think I was at about 40 seconds. So I was like, wow, that is a lot longer than I thought it would be.
I had an introduction, I had the points I wanted to get across with the key words, and tried to make it fun, kind of.
Nominate them at thescore.com and Gillette.com for a chance to become the Gillette Gentleman.
Spent some time practicing it, you know, reading it out loud, trying to figure out, you know, what I wanted to say and, you know, how I wanted it to come across and try and get as much information in that, you know, that short promo as possible.
Another reason for the time crunch in that hour was because after we do our promo on a teleprompter in front of all the big bosses, we also have to take a question period from them.
Knowing that we're going to have to sit in front of, you know, 3 score executives and deliver the promo and then field questions and talk about it, I feel comfortable being able to answer, you know, any question, but I feel confident going into it.
All right, Sean, go ahead.
Okay, so the concept of our pitch is that we want to be able to give the everyday man an opportunity to have an experience that they wouldn't have had otherwise. And this would be also from a grooming perspective and from a sports fan perspective, where they would get to go to an event and also meet a Gillette spokesperson after the event as well. I was able to, you know, deliver my little pitch and try in a short, you know, concise manner.
Go ahead.
Then it was time to read off the teleprompter.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Do you know a man with a winning attitude who deserves an opportunity to look and feel his best? The Score and Gillette are teaming up to bring you the Gillette Gentleman Sweepstakes, where you can nominate that man for an ultimate sports experience. For details on how to nominate, visit thescore.com/contest to learn how your nominee could become a Gillette Gentleman. Stay tuned to The Score this fall as we reveal the winning nominees and showcase their Gillette Gentleman sports experience, the best a man can get. Second or third time I've read off the teleprompter now, but the second time for a challenge, and it's the first time that I said everything perfectly. There was not one mistake. You know, I thought my annotation and my voice sounded pretty good.
What's different about this contest as compared to a contest where somebody could enter and win tickets to a World Series game and maybe, if they're lucky, meet a ball player?
So the questions were coming at me, you know, pretty quickly. It's authentic. It's real people that we're talking about, real fans at home. So I think that would be more engaging because it's a fact that it's not something that's staged. It's something that ultimately, you know, someone who watches The Score all the time has a legitimate shot at maybe taking part of this.
You talk about their spokespeople, like Derek Jeter and Thierry Henry, John Cena. You had 30 seconds to deliver that, and that wasn't included in the 30 seconds. Why did you leave those names out?
It wasn't by design. It's something that I probably should have gone back in and really made sure that I highlighted those names. But I wanted to make sure that fans at home and people entering knew that it was for an everyday man. That was a good point because in retrospect, I would have added those in so that it just hypes up the, you know, the contest a little more so that people at home are like, oh, wow, I get a chance to meet these guys.
The one thing I did like about Sean is he didn't mind changing his idea. He was flexible with his concept.
I think he's got to loosen the collar a little bit and make sure that he understands that through him, people have got to feel comfortable. And if he's not comfortable, then I don't know that the audience is going to feel comfortable.
And then when it was time to, you know, time to shine, when the lights were on, you know, I think I did a decent job.
I was just getting really anxious to get in there and meet the guys I was going to be talking to. I knew John Levy was going to be in there, but I had never met him before, and I just wanted to kind of get in there and break the ice a little bit. I want to talk to you, the three of you today, about a 10-minute segment that would air on The Score that gives ordinary guys a chance to learn and compete on the same level as professional athletes. This isn't smiling and talking on air, on camera. This isn't asking people on the street funny questions or asking John Cena questions for that matter. Like, this is the people that are going to hire us at the end of the day, and we're trying to impress them.
2, 1, cue.
Scared of the water? How about a diving lesson alongside Jermaine Copeland? Never tried mountain biking? Imagine trying it out with Vernon Wells. Gillette Level the Score gives you a chance to be as good as the pros. At something else, that is. Copeland's no diving pro, you might even outshine him. And Gillette will even give you an added advantage over the pros with their Fusion Pro Glide Razor and their Pro Series and Odor Shield products. Ready to level the score? Go to thescore.com to find out how you can apply.
I think my prompter read was good. I mean, at this point, Final Four, if you can't read 30 seconds off a prompter, there's probably a problem there.
Who's the host of this show?
I think for a segment like this, a great host might be somebody like Renee Paquette. She was the first person that came to my mind. She is very relaxed, she's entertaining. Guys like watching her, obviously, because she's on the score. And I think she would be an ideal personality to connect a professional athlete and an average guy and really keep them, you know, joking with each other and be the liaison between the two of them.
Today, I think I did a really good job. I could answer all their questions. I think my teleprompter read was good. I don't know if they think maybe my promo was good or not. I think it was good.
I think she directly relates to the audience, and I think that's one of her strengths. In terms of the cons, nothing really that I could identify other than, you know, again, just letting herself be a little more relaxed in terms of dealing with stressful situations, which I guess this was.
I guarantee you nobody in the Final Four thinks they're the one that's going home next. Guaranteed. I can see the finish line. It's one of those things, the closer you get, the more you want it. And it's so close now.
So it's time to, you know, make the presentation to the bigwigs at the score. So that's, you know, intense moment. And then, you know, I was told to, you know, now's the time to make what's called an elevator pitch. I'd never heard of this term before, but it was basically a quick synopsis of your idea.
Okay, Brent, we're ready to hear your pitch.
Perfect. The Gillette Gentleman's Sweepstakes is the opportunity for somebody to nominate a deserving male. Basically, they get to pick 3 friends, buddies, co-workers, sons, potentially, and they'll get picked up by the Gillette bus. And inside the Gillette bus, they'll get transformed, given the Gillette experience. And they'll be taken, following that, dressed to the nines and going to a sporting event. That sporting event will be different from person to person. And for the score, we're going to chop it up into a 5 to 7 minute segment. We're going to make it really quick, make all the exciting, action-packed moments, put it into one 5 to 7 minute segment, add some music, add some speed-up shots, different camera angles, just me getting them as the host to like get them really laughing, energized, and I think that will come across to the viewer. And essentially, that's what the 5 to 7 minute Gillette Gentleman's Sweepstakes is all about. Went okay. I had some, you know, I mean, I wasn't too nervous. I probably came across I was a bit nervous, but I thought I spoke fairly well.
Okay, go ahead.
And I went, moved locations and read from the teleprompter.
3, 2, 1, cue.
The Gillette Gentleman's Sweepstakes and the score are looking to empower sports fans with the opportunity of a lifetime. Head over to thescore.com to see how you can make a modern-day hero's dream come true. And don't worry about feeling obligated to nominate me, because I'm coming with you to join in on all the fun. Watch the Gillette bus transform men into gentlemen as we follow a deserving sport fan's journey to the ultimate sporting spectacle. Tune into the score to catch all the best and most entertaining moments from the Gillette Gentleman Sweepstakes. I thought my promo went well at the time. Later on, when I got into some questioning, it was lacking some things. Number one, primarily, it was lacking some energy.
You know, we talked earlier about our brand being so fun and entertaining. Mm-hmm. It seemed very kind of stiff and I don't know, I just felt like it could have been a lot more relaxed and laid back. And what would you change knowing now what we talked about earlier?
Well, to be honest with you, one of the things I might have changed is just, like, I know I don't have much of a say in this, is like the whole setup in general. Like, ideally sitting over on the bleachers there, kind of a little more casual would have been ideal for me personally. Like standing up, and this is a bit out of my comfort zone, you know what I mean? Just standing in one spot. Like, I'm feet I'm trying to get them cemented to the floor. It's not entirely easy for me.
And I understand that there has to be integration with the brand product. But first and foremost, from our perspective, you got to excite our audience.
Yeah.
So tell me why this event is something that I can't miss as a viewer of the Score.
I want it to be fun. Like, for me hosting it, if it's not fun, I wouldn't do it. And I wouldn't want to be there either. So it's up to me as well while I'm there to keep them engaged, ask them questions. Sport related would probably be the best thing. Just get them doing quirky things even while they're getting shaved or whatever it may be. I made it clear it was me hosting it, and I don't know. I just think because it was my idea, it'd make more sense for me to be the one to host it, just because I know kind of what I'd like to see out of it.
Okay, thanks a lot, Brandon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Standing up in one spot, not for me. Especially when you're pitching a fun idea.
What I loved about Brent was the fact that he questioned the whole setup. He questioned where he was standing. He didn't like the fact that he was here, and he actually suggested to be in the fan area where he would be sitting down and he would be more natural.
His look and feel and the way he approached the questions that we put to him looked like he could be somebody who was a fit for the type of network that we are.
Today, I thought I did okay. I feel good. I don't think I'll be going home.
It's finally my turn. So I walk into the studio, you see the 3 judges sitting there, and the heart just starts beating that much faster, and you're going, okay, it's time to impress.
Anytime you're ready.
Well, I'm Meg Morrison, and my pitch for you today is about the hardcore sports fans getting to see a little bit more about the athletes that they want to see outside of a typical media scrum. And then you head right over to the teleprompter to deliver it. But as you're delivering your promo, the 3 judges are staring right at you, and they're in your sight line.
3, 2, 1, cue. Ready?
Hey hardcore fans, I'm Meg Morrison in the Scores HD studio. We have an exciting new segment starting up next week, Gillette Level the Score. You can watch your favorite athletes completely out of their element. Vernon Wells could be curling, Darian Durant could be golfing, or you could watch boxing with Patrick Kane. Maybe this time we'll put our cabbie in the ring with him. You can do more than just watch though, you can participate as well. Go to thescore.com for all the details. Gillette Level the Score, only on The Score, your home for the hardcore. Overall, I thought I nailed my teleprompter part. I was really happy with it as soon as it was over. I did everything that I wanted to do. I think I threw in some personality. I threw in a little bit of a joke there too. So I think overall I was pretty happy with my teleprompter.
Now, would you look for some fresh face as the host, or would you think about using one of the existing talent that we have that's already proven that they could do this? Which would be the direction you'd head in?
I think anybody here could host it, or you could pick me too. I'm fine with that as well. But whichever route, it obviously has to be somebody that can get people to open up. I'm really hoping that I won this one. I really want to win one. I have yet to win one.
Meg came across as extremely confident. She was unfazed.
She looks like she's been doing this for some time. And I think her strength is also potentially quite frankly, her weakness.
I feel strong about it, so here's hoping it's final 3.